If there was one single thing, one action, one decision that would guarantee you quit smoking successfully, what would it be? Most people think it's throwing away their cigarettes, or picking a quit date, or buying nicotine patches, or just deciding to use willpower. But none of those are it. In the next minutes, I'm going to show you what the single best thing you can do to quit smoking actually is, and it's probably not what you think. Let's get into it, and let's start with what people usually think is the single best thing to do. Some people say just throw away your cigarettes and commit, like the physical act of getting rid of them is what matters. But how many times have you thrown away your cigarettes, sworn you're done, only to buy another pack hours or days later? The cigarettes aren't the problem, your relationship with them is. Others say pick a quit date and stick to it, but a date on a calendar doesn't change anything inside of you. You can have the most meaningful quit date in the world, and if you're not mentally ready, you'll fail. Some say get nicotine replacement therapy, but we already know that just keeps you addicted to nicotine in a different form. That's not quitting, that's substituting. And plenty of people say just use willpower and push through, but willpower runs out, especially when you're stressed or tired of or overwhelmed. None of these address what actually keeps you smoking. They're all external actions that ignore the internal problem. The single best thing you can do isn't an action, it's a shift. Here's the single best thing you can do to quit smoking. Change what you believe about cigarettes. That's it. That's the answer. Not what you do, but what you believe. Right now, you believe cigarettes are helping you in some way. You believe they reduce your stress, help you focus, give you breaks, make social situations easier, help you cope. And as long as you believe that, you can't truly quit. Because why would you give up something that's helping you survive? You might stop smoking for a while through sheer willpower, but you'll feel deprived. You'll miss it. You'll think about it constantly, and eventually you'll go back. But when you change what you believe, when you truly see that cigarettes aren't helping you with anything, everything shifts. You stop seeing quitting as sacrifice and start seeing it as escape. You're not giving up something valuable, you're breaking free from something that was trapping you. And when that shift happens, quitting becomes natural instead of forced. You don't need massive willpower because you're not fighting desire. The desire itself is gone. But here's the problem. This belief change isn't something you can just decide to do. You can't just think, okay, I'll believe cigarettes don't help me now, and suddenly believe it. It requires a deeper process of dismantling the lies your brain has been telling you. And this is why it's so hard to do this on your own. Your addicted brain is incredibly good at defending your beliefs about smoking. It'll show you evidence that supports the idea that smoking helps. It'll remind you of times when you were stressed and smoking made you feel better. It'll romanticize the ritual, the breaks, the moments of relief. It will conveniently forget all the negative parts, the guilt, the smell, the cost, the health damage, the feeling of being controlled. Your brain is biased. It wants to keep smoking, so it'll keep feeding you lies that justify it. And when you're trying to change these beliefs on your own, you're fighting against your own mind. Your thoughts become the enemy, and it's really hard to win a war against yourself. This is why most people never make this shift. They spend their whole lives believing cigarettes help them, even though logically they know smoking is bad. The conscious mind knows it's harmful, but the subconscious mind keeps insisting it's necessary, and the subconscious usually wins. To change these deep beliefs, you need someone outside of your own head, someone who can point out the lies as they happen, someone who can show you the truth that your addicted brain is hiding from you. You need guidance through this process because your own thinking is compromised by addiction. And this is exactly what I do in my 14-day program. I guide you through the process of changing your beliefs about cigarettes so that quitting becomes natural, not forced. We dismantle every lie your brain tells you, we shift your perspective completely, and then quitting is easy because you genuinely don't want cigarettes anymore. If you're ready to make this shift with proper guidance, book a free call with me. The link is in the description below. This is the single best thing you can do. Let me help you do it. Let me show you why everything else fails without this belief change. You can use nicotine patches, but if you still believe smoking helps you, you'll go back to cigarettes the moment stress hits. Because patches don't give you the ritual, the break, the psychological comfort you think smoking provides. You can exercise every day, but if you believe cigarettes help you relax, you'll still want them after your workout. Exercise doesn't change your beliefs about smoking. You can avoid all your triggers for weeks, but eventually you'll face a situation you can't avoid. And if you still believe smoking helps you cope, you'll use it. You can white knuckle through cravings with pure willpower, but you're just resisting something you want. That's exhausting, and eventually, exhaustion wins. Every method fails without the belief change because they're all trying to change behavior without changing the mind. But behavior follows beliefs. If you believe smoking helps, your behavior will eventually align with that belief. You'll go back. This is why the single best thing you can do isn't a technique or tactic. It's addressing the root cause, the beliefs that keep you trapped. Fix the beliefs and everything else becomes easier. Keep the beliefs and nothing else will work long term. So what does this belief shift actually look like? It's when you stop thinking, I want a cigarette, but I shouldn't have one, and start thinking, I generally don't want cigarettes. It's when you see someone smoking, and instead of feeling envious, you feel grateful you're free. It's when stress hits your brain, when stress hits and your brain doesn't even suggest smoking as an option because you know it doesn't help. It's when you can be around smokers without feeling tempted because you see clearly what they're trapped in, and you're glad you're out. This shift is the difference between constantly fighting yourself and being genuinely at peace with not smoking. Most people never experience this. They quit through willpower and spend months or years feeling like they're missing out on something. They're always one weak moment away from relapse, but when you make this belief shift, you're not vulnerable to relapse because there's nothing pulling you back. You see smoking for what it really is, a trap to escape. However, getting to this point requires work. It requires examining your beliefs, questioning them, seeing through the illusions your brain has created. It requires someone who can guide you through that process because your own thinking is clouded by addiction. Here's the choice you have right now. You can keep trying to quit the old way using willpower, tactics, distractions, substitute, fighting yourself every day, struggling, relapsing, trying again, or you can address the real problem, change what you believe about cigarettes, make the shift that actually set you free. Most people choose the first option because they don't know the second option exists. They think struggling is just part of quitting. They think it has to be hard, but it doesn't. It only has to be hard if you're doing it wrong. When you change your beliefs first, everything else falls into place. You're not fighting yourself, you're aligned. Your mind and your actions are working together instead of against each other, and that makes quitting not just possible but relatively easy. But you can't make this shift alone. You need someone who understands the psychology of addiction, who knows what beliefs are keeping you trapped, who can guide you through dismantling them. That's not something you can get from a YouTube video or a self-help book. It requires personalized guidance through your specific mental traps, and that's what separates people who quit and stay quit from people who struggle forever. The single best thing you can do to quit smoking is change what you believe about cigarettes. Everything else is secondary. Fix the beliefs and quitting becomes natural. If you're ready to make this shift with the right guidance and support, click the link in the description and book your free call with me. Let me show you what it's like to quit without the constant struggle. So subscribe for more truth about quitting smoking, and thanks for watching.